Hey YouTube, back at it again. So this today is prompt. Today's prompt is prompt. I rolled where envious and initially rolled rule, re-rolled to genre because I didn't want to do the same edition 2 days in a row. So prompt where envious genre. So why not? It's a good thing to talk about this with this campaign. Um, is is a cough? No. Is the prompt I set myself out for this campaign? And where that is. So initially, the idea for this campaign came about in two parts. About when I was hiking, when I was doing through hikes. So like a year and a third ago at this point, towards the end of the hike. One was let's get a D20 game that is as. I don't like D20 games. I've said this to anyone who'll listen. I don't like D20 games. So let's get a D20. Let's make a D20 game that I'd like. Because there's bits and pieces of D20 games that I like. So let's get a D20 game that I'd like from bits and pieces that I like. Very OSR-y, but not also taking a lot from 4E and 4E clones. Very BX OSR-y. And then the other project was, hey, there's a lot of Keep on the Borderlands uh, remakes. Let's take those and write a Keep on the Borderlands campaign. It's just the highlights of all the remakes. So that's what I did. So that's what I'm doing is a where it's Keep on the Borderlands. It's the genre. Keep on the Borderlands is kind of a genre. That was the prompt I set myself. So it's Keep on the Borderlands, kind of a mashup of all of the different remakes and different expansions people have written for it. After I started working on this, um, WotC announced a 5th edition Keep on the Borderlands, so that's envious. I was a little pissed off when they announced that. I was a little envious that now everyone's going to think I'm just copying WotC. No, I started well before that. I don't know if that's out yet. I don't know. I just heard it was coming out. So yeah, there's lots of different remakes. There is. Just go through. There's the original, of course. There is Goodman Games is what's it called? It's like In Search of the Borderlands or something. Um, yeah, I think it's In Search of the Borderlands. It's like Goodman Games' remake of Keep on the Borderlands and Into the Unknown. So it might be Into the Borderlands. Yeah, I think it's Into the Borderlands. Um, there is the first and second edition of Hackmasters. I don't know if they're called first and second edition, but there's two Hackmaster remakes of it. There is an interesting one called like Beyond the Borderlands or something. That's like a hex crawl version of it. I don't like hex crawls and doing as a point crawl, but same idea. There was a 4E remake of it. Keep on the Chaos Scar. Lots of different remakes. Lots of different places to draw cool ideas from. I guess is the word I'm looking for. All the Chaos Scar adventures for 4E. All of these. There's a couple different OSR expansions to keep on the Borderlands that you can draw from. If you use Goodman Games, which has a definitive, I think even the original has a definitive where to place B1 into the unknown, or is it Search the Unknown? I don't remember. It's not the one I'm remaking, but I think even B2 has an official placement, but Goodman Games remake is both of them together, so you still got that whole one, and then the Hackmaster ones are huge, but issue with the first Hackmaster is it's comedic. It's a comedic take on the whole thing because the first Hackmaster was a parody, and issue with the second Hackmaster is it's a very dark take on it. Opposite ends, but first one is first Hackmaster remake is they're gorillas and lots of apes, drunk fairies and all kinds of stuff. Whereas the second Hackmaster is like, oh, well, this woman was sold into prostitution and all these characters are slavers. It's like, okay, I can't use a lot from that second one because it didn't even include any dungeons. It was just gangs in the city or in the keep, and adventures in the surrounding areas. And I can't use a lot from the first one because it doesn't take itself seriously. You got a minute. The Minotaur has a chainmail bikini of eye gouging. I can't use that. But there's a lot there that is in between the two. There's a decent amount there of interesting takes. It's just you got to pare it down a bit, and there's lots of other things I can take from, so it works. There was a Jeff Grubb intro to keep on the Borderlands adventure, so that's what I'm starting with. So yeah, the prompt of where was keep on the Borderlands. I was a little envious at one point because I chose that prompt, and it is a genre. It is a genre of games. Keep on the Borderlands. There's a huge back catalog of takes on this adventure, but it in of itself is it's a key. It kind of inspired the whole West Marches a little bit, and that it is a central location that you go out and adventure from. I think I pretty much covered it. Yeah.